Hey guys, it's Miss Lewis. I am pretty sick, so I'm very sorry that you're gonna hear my super awesome voice and me coughing. That's why I hadn't made the video yet, but I need to make the video. Alright, so this chapter, this unit, is about equations and inequalities, and I'm gonna go much slower in this than I did the other. Alright, so I didn't make notes for this, but I would love if you could print this PowerPoint out and then that way each slide has a problem that you can do and you can work out the problem with me as I do it. Or you can take notes like on your own. Alright, equations. When we undo an equation or an inequality, hang on one second, let me get this ready. We're going to use what's called opposite operation. So the opposite operation of multiplication is division, and the opposite operation of division is multiplication. The opposite operation of addition is subtraction. The opposite operation of subtraction is addition. Okay. I'm going to explain more about that as we do the actual problems. Just keep that in mind. All right, so these first few problems are just one-step problems. Let's look at this x. All right, there is some number. We're calling it x. You could call it y, you could call it w, you could call it q, you could put a heart there, you could put a question mark there, something. There's some number that when you add 2 to it, you get -8. Now, sure, maybe some of you could do that in your head. Okay, so we're going to ask ourselves, what's the first thing that's happening to this x? Okay, the very first thing that's happening is the +2. All right, and there's nothing else happening. When we get to other problems, other stuff is going to be happening. Maybe like a number right here, or there's other stuff over here on this side of the equation. All right, but right now, the only thing that's happening is the +2. The opposite operation of addition is subtraction. So that's what we're going to do. We need to, there we go. We need to subtract 2 on both sides. All right. -8 is a normal number. It's not doesn't have a variable, and 2 is a normal number. So you need to place them right underneath each other. +2 and -2 cancel, and you get 0. That's the whole point, is to get ABCs to equal a number. 1, 2, 3 is to get a letter equal a number, like x to equal a number, y to equal a number, w equal a number. All right, so now we have -8 minus 2. So you owe me $8. You owe me another $2. So you owe me $10. All right, but let's double check it. -10 plus 2. All right, you owe me $10, but you've given me 2 of it. So now you just owe me $8, and that's what we get right here. So we're correct. Let's do another one, just a second. All right, here we are. 33 equals m minus 6. I'm telling you right now, just a little hint would be to rewrite this as m minus 6 equals 33. Always have your letter, your variable, on the left, letter left. Okay? All right. So the very first thing that's happening to that m is that 6 is being subtracted. Okay? The opposite operation to undo this equation, the opposite operation of minus is addition. Okay? Because we want the letters to equal a number. We want m to equal some sort of number. And the opposite operation of subtraction is addition. So I'm going to do whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. All right, and so -6 plus 6, those cancel. And so now I have 33 plus 6, 39. Okay, I'm going to check it. 39 minus 6. All right, that is 33, which is what we get right there. So we're correct. All right, let's do another one. Okay, here we have fractions. We're not going to freak out. I know that fractions is the F word of the math word. We're not going to freak out because we see fractions. The very first thing we should do is change everything to common fractions so they can even talk. Right? So 8 times 6, that's 48. So let's make them both 48. So this is times 8. So we're going to do 4 times 8. That's 32. 8 times 6. So that's 6. All right, so we really have x minus 32 over 48 equals 6 over 48. All right, that negative 32 over 48 is being subtracted. The opposite operation of subtraction is addition. So we're going to add 32 over 48 to both sides. Okay, so what we really have, I'm coming over here. X, these guys cancel, equals 6 over 48 plus 32 over 48. Right, 32 plus 6. So I get 6 plus 2. I get 38 over 48. But the rule is you got to always reduce. So let me divide by 2. 38 divided by 2 is probably like, I don't know, 19. 19 divided by 2. 19. 48 divided by 2 is 24. So the x equals, okay, 19 over 24. And I'm going to check it with my calculator. 19 over 24 minus 4 divided by 6 equals 0.125. Let me see. 1 over 8 is the same as 0.125. That's why we divide fraction decimal percents in this, like making sure we understood that they all equal the same thing. All right, remember, minus a negative, if they're next to each other, is the same as plus a positive. So this is the same as x plus 38 equals negative 18. All right, that 38 is being added. The opposite operation of addition is subtraction. So I'm going to subtract. Okay, these guys are going to cancel because that's the whole point. I need x all by himself. Okay, this is the 1950s. I know it's not politically correct to say that, but you need the x's, the letters, the numbers to be separated from the numbers. The letters separated from the numbers. Okay, they can't talk to each other. All right, now you owe me $18. You owe me another $38, so you're gonna owe me like a dinner. 18 plus 38. You're gonna owe me $56. All right, double check. I mean, not double check. Let's go to the next one. Okay, this guy, remember, always put your letter first. So 6y equals 24. That 6 is being multiplied. So we're going to multiply by 6, right? But the opposite operation of multiplication is division. So we're going to divide by 6 on both sides. Those cancel and you get 1. That's fine. 24 divided by 6 is 4. But this totally makes sense because 6 times 4 is 24. We know that. Okay, here, this x, this guy, we can think of it as x. Let me change this color for you. X divided by negative 2 equals 10. Okay, that's the same as negative x over 2 equals 10. That negative sign can be with the x, it can be on the side, or it can be with the 2. It's all the same. So that negative 2 is being divided. The opposite operation of division is multiplication. So I'm going to multiply both sides. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other by negative 2. And they will cancel because negative 2 divided by negative 2 is 1. And negative 2 times 10 is negative 20. All right, and if we check it, negative 20 divided by negative 2 is positive 10. So I'm good, doing great. Okay, so we're not going to, also we have decimals, not going to worry about it. This 0.7 is being multiplied. The opposite of multiplication is division. Alright, so just get out your calculator. Those will cancel. And we're going to do 3.5 divided by 0.7. 3.5 divided by 0.7. And our calculator says 5. The only thing I suggest is always write the variable first. The variable is the letter. And then divide. So we get 5, and that is correct. And you can check it in your calculator. 0.7 times 5. And your calculator will tell you 3.5. Excuse me. All right, this 9.5 is being divided. The opposite operation of division is multiplication. So I'm going to multiply everything by 9.5. Okay, so I'm going to get z. These guys will cancel. And in my calculator, I'm going to do 5 times 9.5. 5 times 9.5. I get 47.5. Okay, let me check it. 47.5 divided by 9.5. I'm going to check that in my calculator. 47.5 divided by 9.5 in my calculator says it's 5, so we're correct. Alright, so these are just one-step equations. If something's being divided, you're going to multiply. If something's being multiplied, you're going to divide. If something's being added, you're going to subtract. If something's subtracted, you're going to be added. You're going to use what's called opposite operations. Okay, I'm going to pause the video. We're going to do, in the next video, I'm going to do two-step equations. Give me just a second.